Good morning, folks. RPG Day 2022. Day number 27 is a how question. How has that character changed? And I'm thinking, well, first thing I thought was I think his name was Wes in the science fiction game. So other than that huge change from being prior service Marine professor of archaeology to noble dandy. So how has Wes in Eldorath changed? A little bit of the whole dandy thing. He used to be. I mean, there were some instances where I remember things like he pulls out a handkerchief to cover up the smell of the places they were in and that sort of thing. And he was more relaxed in Hamlet because people knew him. And while he didn't flaunt his wealth, he was sitting easy in it. But now that all these things happen and we're in a foreign country and all this weird stuff's going on, he's covered stuff up. He's got a fancy matching dagger and a rapier set, marked family heirloom kind of stuff. He's taken leather and covered that stuff up and rewrapped his scabbard and stuff to help hide all that kind of stuff. And he's certainly well, we've run into some money here, so he doesn't feel desperate necessarily. He is more concerned about, okay, what cash do we have? What can we do? How much are things costing? And while that hasn't had an effect in play yet, in my head, so in Wes's head, that's something we're watching. Okay, how much money do we have? How much are things are costing? Especially with this whole trying to get the villa up and running. Because he must keep heading back down to Carson and visit people, but it's a slow day's ride, right? Carriage kind of thing. So maybe they can still walk it, although he's not really used to walking either. So he's looking at what if we buy a horse? How much is a horse going to cost, and how much is going to dip into our funds for trying to save the villa and things like that? This stuff running in his head now. While he is still a bit of a playboy, he may have some social responsibilities back in Telgar. In the future, marriage, that kind of stuff. What if he established a relationship here in Kars that could be recognized by his family? Oh, I can't bring that up though, because it's not that there's bad blood. There's been a lack of communication deal. That's true. He could either be in a buttload of trouble or a ton of access. The folks here actually found out who he was. He's got to keep that under wraps further. He had to dump all of his fancy armor. Not that it was really, it's all leather and padding, but back at the inn before they started on this whole adventure, so he's just got this, nasty stuff. He doesn't seem to mind it so much. He has not. He didn't go all spelunker in the mine, which he could have. But he also wasn't, I'm not getting down there and climbing that stuff either. Of course, dealing with the swamp probably adjusted those kinds of thoughts. Not a whole lot of change in Wes, but maybe coming more down to earth. I don't know. Maybe. I'd be gaming.